Hey, what's happening? It's your dude, the merciless Reese L. Black. Welcome back to the booth. I just want to go ahead and take the time to say thank you and welcome to the booth to all my new subscribers and everything. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So what's popping lately? Okay, I will go ahead and take the time to speak about what disturbed me a little bit. I had to. It's actually something that drove me to drink. It's just wine. That's all it is. Just that Jesus juice. Okay, so y'all knew me. I pretty much follow hip hop, right? And I know I follow hip hop dearly. Even I'm a indie rap artist myself and everything. And of course, I got to keep my ear to the street just a little bit. And when I mean the streets, I also mean the digital streets where everything is pretty much blown up, right? So I kind of noticed how everybody was going in on a young boy, not young man, a little boy. I believe his name was Little RT or whatever. And damn, I had to look him up. It's like, I mean, I want to say the boy is somewhere under 10. I think they gave him 9, right? And he is a legit gangster rapper, so the baby G rap has kind of made its way back into the picture. And funny thing is, it's been around for a good minute, right? And so I think of what it is now just like amplified because of social media and all of that, right? But yeah, baby G rap has been around for years and years. Like, the stars that you guys know right now, they have been rapping that gangster shit, since they were under 10 and under 10 as well. But I guess what kind of make this one a little bit, I guess what actually got a lot of under a lot of people's skin on this one is because it was the vulgarity of this young man's song. I'm sorry for the deaf of me. I can't remember the young man's song right now, but just look it up, right? And what was interesting is this man rap lyrics. My God. The boy was literally talking about, excuse my French, but chicks getting the D and stuff like that. Popping bangers and all of that stuff, right? And so you kind of had, it was interesting when you look at some of the comments that were in that music video that I saw. Comments where it's just like, when he get older, he gonna be hot, or yo, he fire right now at this age, or he gonna kill him as he gonna get older. The industry ain't gonna be ready for this. This boy already got talent and everything. I don't know if it was bots. To me, I believe it was bots, because if anybody has been in this space for a while, especially when it comes to music and indie music, there's a lot of bot commenting that goes around. Bots are so sophisticated, they'll even insult you, right? And so even though there was a whole lot of compliments, a whole lot of flame emojis and everything, I will admit, the boy was pretty vulgar. And I believe it was Doughboy, another rapper in the game, who actually, co-signed the young man. I'm not sure if he did a track with the young man. I didn't look into that, right? But he kind of co-signed him because he was actually getting hate as well. And I'm paraphrasing what he's saying. He was actually making the point that, yo, this is what these babies see. This is the hood, right? These little badass kids, they little badass kids, and yeah, they're gonna go ahead and go into the booth, and they're gonna go ahead and exercise their right to spit some badass lyrics if this is all they know, right? But I'm not gonna lie, even when I looked up the lyrics to the song, even I was just like, oh damn, bro, I wouldn't even like rapping like this. You know what I mean? There's a ton of other kids out there, in the space that's rapping right now, and some of them are like, if you want to call it watered down or G-rated, yeah, it's there. Like I believe her name, young little girl, I think her name is Canary Yellow. I want to say she's like Southern or something. And my bad if I said that RT was under 10. He could be over 10. It's not coming to me right now. But Canary Yellow is actually another little girl who's actually been on the microphone herself. Matter of fact, there's like some interviews out there with her and everything, so they're pretty much, getting her ready to be the next digital star and everything. And then so you had people who are pretty much just like, okay, who do we put this one? Do you put this one on the parents? And it's like, look, I don't know how long, it's 2023 and going into 2024. I really don't know how long we could keep on using poverty, hood, ghetto for so long. It's interesting because we are still, in the hood till this day. We are still impoverished till this day with all the opportunities that a lot of people have out there to get out of the hood. It's almost as if, like, when it comes to black folks, like, we're not exercising them, right? Like, we like staying in the hood because this is home. This is our comfort zone, right? You got some parents out there that don't make enough to get out of the hood. And then unfortunately, it's like everybody was doing in the comments. They were blaming, the absent father, single parent mother. You're using your child as a meal ticket. You're using your kid to go into the booth, make him a sensation. He's a paycheck to go ahead and get you out of the hood, mom. And there are some some cases of some validity to that. I can't speak on that right now. That's for another video and everything. But when you see this, it's like the boy got more than one video too. So it's like, mom, you know what your son is doing. But in some of those cases, it's like, yeah, this is cool. I mean, a lot of you guys saw, I can't remember the name of the song, but it's the song where all of them was talking about, their mama. It was 2 Chainz, YG was in the video, Offset, and everybody mom was in the video. You had YG pretty much grooving and slopping it up with his mom next to him in the video. Because my mama ain't no hoe. Maybe her mom was also a blood. Who knows? But mom is there. Mom is vouching it. So when people want to talk about dad, sometimes dad is with the mess. It's a whole other world. It is. The hood is a whole other world. It's like, I know some folks will like come into the hood and just be like, I gotta get out of here. I don't see how you could do this. Some hoods are cool. My hood is cool. You know what I mean? Like, there's no hot mess going on over here in my hood. And then you got some places where, yeah, you got stuff like little kids under 10, throwing guns in the camera, shooting the music video on the block in the hood, talking about banging, talking about getting head, talking about slanging. Is this what they see? Who knows? It's like sometimes, in a way, Doughboy is right. You usually emulate what's around you. And it's funny because this makes me segue over into the altercation between T.I. and his son, and his son, Young King. I'm sure you guys are already aware about the quote-unquote little BS altercation they got into, it, quote-unquote altercation that they got at like an Atlanta Falcons game, whatever, right? And it's kind of sucks because it's like King is just recording or whatever. And then they were getting on him about how he's a silver spooner. You a little rich kid. You know what I mean? It's like your nose ain't runny. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had no struggle, but yet you're trying to act all hood. You smacking people up at Waffle House and all this other stuff. And the thing is this, when people bring up the altercation at the Waffle House, peep this cool little video I saw with him and T.I. It was by Complex where it was talking about, like, it was like a GOAT debate where they was picking up flashcards and there were questions on them. And I just love seeing the interactions between, parents, you know what I mean? Because we really don't get to see that often on the black side. T.I. is awesome dad, you know what I mean? And it looks like King is just an awesome kid. Honestly, from what I saw was kind of BS. I really didn't take it seriously. I know you had all these other platforms that were talking about like King needs his little ass whoop. He ain't hard. He knows he ain't hard. He ain't gangster. He really don't have nothing to prove. But the only reason being is because he wants to live up to his dad. His dad is T.I., quote unquote, king of the South. You know what I mean? He calls himself Young King. He's King Jr. So therefore he pretty much wants to be in his dad's shoes. He wants to be dad. But obviously dad gave him a life difference so he wouldn't have to go through that struggle. We knew back when, we knew what T.I. was locked up for. We knew his troubles. He don't want that for King, And then you have King is just like, but dang, this is what made you hot. And it's like, but this is not what made Kendrick hot. This is not what made Cole hot. It's like, you don't have to be like that. Matter of fact, you don't even have to be in hip hop, But y'all go check that video. I thought it was awesome. But going back into the whole altercation, it just seemed a little phony to me. Even Tiny was getting even in the camera talking about, he just wanted to get out of here so he could go back to grandma's house and everything. And honestly, I guess grandma lived in the suburbs or whatever, so it wasn't like grandma was like, living in the hood of Decatur or something like that. You know what I mean? So it's almost as it just seemed phony to me. And that's how, you guys know me. When I hear about these things, online, I'm usually just like, I take things with a grain of salt because everything just looks a little bit too played out, a little bit, I want to say scripted, but it's nothing for me to take serious to the point where people should be reacting to it. And I know that's how other platforms, get their money on YouTube and everything, reacting to what's going on out there. But some of the stuff just don't be looking authentic to me. It just looks It just looks fake. A lot of it, and I really don't care to react to anything because that kind of stuff bores me anyway. It's just played out. This boy was just a little kid who was getting clowned by his parents. You grow up black, you got clowned by your parents, and you get mad because you really can't make a comeback because they supported you. It's not like you can say like, well, what about when I did this for you, dad? What about when I did this for you, mom? You can't because they raised you. They put their bags on the line to make sure that you had an awesome life. And over here, you trying to like be on hard. I stand on business. That's cool. You stand on business. So yeah, go ahead and, sell your teeth shirts like he was saying in the other video and everything, and go ahead and go into fashion. Daddy might go ahead and give you a cool little angel fund to get you started, unless he already has. But it's just like, you don't have to be hip hop. You don't have to be rap. You don't have to be trap. It's not really worth it. It's like you could go into other avenues. Hell, some of Michael Jordan's sons, they don't play basketball. It's like you don't always have to do what dad does. Sometimes you could go the other direction. You could just do something totally different and just be very grateful for the position that your parents in, especially if you grew up affluent. It's like, yeah, go ahead and bounce to an Ivy League, become an engineer. And then you could talk about how your dad was all Hollywood and celebrity and this and that, but you didn't want to go that route because you had your own role. Will's first son, I believe he didn't even want to be an actor. He wasn't trying to follow dad or whatever. He just wanted to do his own thing. But I kind of just wanted to go ahead and speak on that. So, but yeah, when you're a young boy, and you're talking about, getting head and, well, if you talk about getting head, hey, that's statutory rape. So somebody actually needs to be like, look into that because that's a little bit dangerous. But anyways, y'all know how I do. I just wanted to throw that vid out there. And I'm out this piece. Good evening, Mr. Black.